Alrighty, it's Percy Jackson time. Welcome back to the Porter Says podcast, everybody. My name is Heath. Thank you so much for tuning into another episode. It's been a couple of weeks. I know, I'm sorry. I just haven't really seen anything at least worth talking about for me personally. But I'm going to be talking about some recent Percy Jackson Season 3 news. So let's get right into it. This video is not going to be long because there's not a whole lot to discuss in terms of what I'm going to be talking about. You guys know me. I've become like a big Percy Jackson fan in terms of like becoming a big part of the fandom. Probably since around the time that the first season was coming out. So that was like 2023. But so the official episode titles for season 3 were released about probably over by the time this comes out, it'll be over a week. I know they wrapped production on season 3 not too long ago, so it's probably currently in the editing stage and post-production and all that stuff. But I have the list of the episodes here, so I will read them out, and I also will put them on the screen, just for some visual aid. So it's going to be 8 episodes, just like the last 2 seasons. So episode 1 will be called My Rescue Operation Goes Very Wrong. Episode 2 will be An Old Dead Friend Comes to Visit. Episode 3 will be called, or is called, I Learn How to Grow Zombies. Should be interesting. Episode 4 is We Visit the Junkyard of the Gods. 5 is I Have a Damn Problem. 6 is I Wrestle Santa's Evil Twin. Episode 7 is I Put on a Few Million Extra Pounds. And the final episode will be The Gods Vote How to Kill Us. I'm gonna be honest, I haven't actually fully read the Titans, guys. I read it back in 2013, so like that's when I decided to finally read the book series, because that was around the time the second movie came out. I was like, alright, what's the deal with these books? So I have read it, but I do not remember anything about it. And I think about over a year ago, I was reading this one, but I only got maybe over 100 pages in, and I don't really remember. I did just have a look at some of the chapters in this book to see if, they were the right titles. And obviously, I think the episodes that I just named there, they're going to be combining some chapters in, because if you look here in this book, not every episode of that I just read is going to be the title. So there's only a couple of them. Like I Learned How to Grow Zombies is chapter 9 in the book, and I think that was like what, 3. So it seems like they are really condensing into it, and it looks like the second last chapter is called the goats fuck me, the goats, not the goats, the gods vote how to kill us. So that's the second last chapter in the book, and then the final chapter is called I Get a New Enemy for Christmas. The amount of times I just said goats, I'm going to keep that in just because I want to be brutally honest and real in these episodes right now. I'm very excited for season 3 of Percy Jackson, the end of season 2. Now, I didn't actually review the finale of season 2 when it came out, so I might as well give my quick thoughts, because also, at the very end of the season finale of season 2, they show something from season 3. Overall, I really liked the finale. I thought it was a lot of fun. It was brutal. Percy got his ass kicked once again by Luke. And there was a lot of... I actually didn't really hate the stuff with Thalia. I thought that was somewhat well done. I can see why people have a problem with it, but to me, it didn't bother me that much. I'm very excited to see where this next season goes and the relationship between Thalia and Percy, because I don't know that much about it. I don't really remember much about it, to be perfectly honest. But the end of season 2 showed a clip from season 3 where Percy and Annabeth are at a school dance. Or at a prom. I would assume it's a prom, school dance, whatever you want to call it. Don't really know what episode that's from. That could be from maybe the first one or one of the later ones. But I was like, why are they showing this? Like, I thought they were, I think around that time they might have been close to finishing season 3, but clearly they had enough footage to do that. And then it says season 3 this year. And since the finale of season 2 came out at the beginning of 2026, I was like, holy shit. So it seems to me we will be getting Percy Jackson season 3 probably December 2026, I would assume, unless they delay it, which at this point they won't. I hope they don't, because I think they need to try and get on with this show and get to the final few books, because these kids are aging rapidly right now. I mean, Walker Scobell is like 17, maybe nearly 18 years old, or 16 or 17. He doesn't really look that, but he won't look that young forever. So, and they haven't announced season 4, but I think we're going to get all 5 seasons of this show, despite it having some mixed reception. I think for the most part, this show is overall, with its 2 seasons, is getting generally positive reviews. You know, I think that's good, because I love the show still. I can't decide if season 2 is better than 1. I need to rewatch all of season 2. So once I find the time to do that, I might do a video ranking every episode of the 2 seasons that we have. But in terms of these episodes, I mean, I don't know how far I got into the book, really. Again, actually, no, I got, like I said, I got over 100 pages, and I think I just got sidetracked, because I'm really lazy with reading books. Like, you know, I'm not the best, to be perfectly honest, but I will probably start reading this around the time the season comes out, maybe even much earlier. But these titles sound promising, and there has been set footage leaked of season 3, and it looks pretty promising. Walker Scobell has said that it's the most book accurate out of the 3 seasons, so, you know, I hope that is true once I do fully read this book, and then we'll be able to see. But that's all I'm going to say on Percy Jackson season 3 for, you know, the news that we have now. There's really no, like, full official date, but I'm willing to bet it will be December of 2026, just like season 1 was December of 2023 and season 2 was December of 2025. So I guarantee it'll be the same. But yeah, that's going to wrap it up, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. Consider, you know, like, sharing, subscribing, comment down below on what you think, and if you're excited for this new season of Percy Jackson, or if you even give a shit about Percy Jackson in general. But yeah, I will catch you guys next time.